Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Manifest Tarot. Today's reading is going to be our usual Your Week Ahead reading that I do once a week. To do this, I'm going to pick 3 cards from this deck. This is an oracle deck. So let's wake it up, make sure it knows knows its duty, and we are asking for 3 cards. Looks like we have our first pile right away. We want 2 more piles. I think this one. Let's ask for 1 more here. Here we go. All right, what do we have here? Number 9, Treasure Island. I love this one. Look at this. Let's have a close-up of the turtle. In the turtle's treasure box, there's stars and hearts. Oh, it's whatever you call them, starfish or sea stars. Or they could be regular. They look a little bit like actual star. I don't know what they are. I guess they can be regular stars or starfish, whatever you think. And then there's hearts. They look kind of like rose petals and kind of like hearts. What a beautiful card. Basically, what a beautiful card. There's so much going on in there. That's number 1. Pile number 2 is the Yin card. Pile number 2 is number 2, card number 2. There's rose petals here. And then we have pile number 3. That's number 21, which is divisible by 3. Clean it up. And there's stars in the dust here. This elk is dusting off things, and the dust has little stars in it. Give me a moment and I will put a crystal for each pile for those of you who like to pick with crystals. All right, we're back. Pile number 1. This is card number 9. And I couldn't resist, since there's those pink hearts, I couldn't resist using this pink heart. This is a rose quartz. Matches it beautifully. And then I guess I wanted a counterpoint to this Yin card with this labradorite hexagonal point. And this number 21, the pile number 3, of course, number 21, clean it up card is this tiger's eye oval. Beautiful markings here. I don't know if you call them markings, but that's what I'm going to call it. So whatever you want to pick by is great. You can pick by the image, the phrase on the cards, the number on the card, the number of the pile, the shape of the crystal, anything, any combination, and you can pick more than one. You just take as much time as you need to pick your pile or piles, and I will leave the timestamps below and see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. You chose this gorgeous Treasure Island card. This is number 9. There's so much going on in this little treasure box. And this tortoise sea turtle is carrying it to parts unknown. We don't know. We're being transported along with the treasure. So I'm going to put your crystal up here. And we will get started with your reading. So I have a couple different tarot decks set out. So I'm going to take 3 cards from this deck. right. 3 cards from this deck. And then I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck. And there's those 2. And then 1 card from this deck. Look at how beautiful that is. So we need, whoa. Actually, 2 seem to want to come out for that one. So I guess I'll take 2 from this one too. The final 2 positions in this spread will be doubled up. Oh, we gotta really weight this one up, seems like. So we need 2 cards from this deck. So we need 1. And let's see. Come on, we need 1 more good one for Treasure Island. I feel like I feel like this one needs to come out as your spirit card. Let's hold on here. There's this one and this. Ooh, it's Temperance. I'm already running out of space and we haven't even started yet. Look at this gorgeous card. Temperance. I love the bark on these trees. See, the reflection is a little muddied, a little ripply, but it's still a beautiful reflection. All right. So we have 7 positions for this reading. The first one is the past. So let's look at this. This is your past here. Ace of Pentacles. What a great past card, because it's a new beginning, and it's also a new beginning abundance-wise. And what do we have as our oracle card is Treasure Island. So already we have your past, something from your past you've already set in motion, this abundance. All right, let's put this here. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Pile number 1. We're already getting down to business. So this is position 2. This is the present. The Lover's card. Now, let's see. We could read this as love. We could read this as a choice. Let's see. I'm going to see what the cards near it, the whole thing is before we decide here. So this card number 3 is position number 3. This is the future. The Devil. Wow. It's starting to look like we have a binary choice, because the Lover's card and the Devil card are kind of the opposites. They're 2 opposites. This is the same couple in 2 different aspects. 2 aspects of the same couple, 2 aspects of the same thing, just like this Temperance card is showing us 2 aspects of the same scene. Wow, pile number 1, it's already blowing my mind here what's happening, these messages. So this position number 4 is advice. Let's see what this is. The Judgment card, leaving behind the old. Because she has left behind her skeleton, and she's stepping up into a new life. Pile number 1. Wow, we are already having some heady messages here. Let me move this over a little bit. All right, environment is this position. Like others, it could be, okay, this card is position number 5. So position number 5 could be like in your environment. It could be some one other person in your environment. It could be several other people in your environment. It could be, you know, just something not you. Okay, let's see what it says. The 8 of Pentacles. This is just about ready to harvest what you've sown. And sown as in S-O-W-N and sown as in S-E-W-N in this particular case. She's sowing her another aspect of herself. Somebody might be changing drastically in your life. Somebody is at work busily sowing, creating a new self to present to you. So we have 2 cards for the last 2 positions. This next position is maybe it could be, okay, so this is position 6. This could be obstacles. It could be hidden things, good or bad. It could be obstacles within you. It could be obstacles with outside of you. There's so many things it could be. So let's see what these 2 cards are. This is card number 1, Queen of Cups. Now that is a very positive card here. And we have the 5 of Wands. How interesting. What an interesting pairing here. All right, and so for the final position, this is the resolution. This is 2 cards again. Let's see. The first card, the Fool. Look at this cute, charming Fool. Look at all that going on in there. And then this is the final card. Let's see. The Knight of Swords. Look at how martial this bluebird, blue jay looks, riding the pelican. All right, pile number 1. I'm going to somehow rearrange these so that we can see them all. I'm going to be back in 1 second. All right, pile number 1, we're back with this really such interesting spread here. We could take this as also Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this is 7 positions. It could be days of the week. You know, if you wanted to take it as days of the week, take it as days of the week. We are also going to take it as past, present, future, you know, advice, kind of what to look out for, the environment or others, you know, something outside of you, some sort of hidden thing, it could be you, could be inside of you or outside of you, something hidden or something, some obstacles or something that's going to help you, something that helps you or hinders you, something that's hidden from you right now, you know, could be within you, could be without you. Very vague. It's vague, but you know what? It could be coming from, you know, it could be the same thing coming from multiple places too. Could be the same message coming from multiple places. And then this is the final outcome. And then these are just, you know, kind of oracle cards, more overall, you know, textures, whatever. And so what we're first seeing, or what I'm first seeing, is what I pointed out right at the beginning with the first card. We have Treasure Islands, a very striking card, of course. Hearts and stars and coins on this beautiful, I mean, this gorgeous sea turtle. So beautiful. I love all of the patterns on its shell and its head. It just looks so gorgeous. very wise looking, right? And then we have this Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning in wealth, some new creative thing. And it's telling us this is your past, this position is your past, and it's telling us that you have already set yourself onto this path of getting to Treasure Island. You've already done something, or many things. You have already worked. You've already worked. And to me, I mean, this turtle looks like, you know, it's laboring. It's exerting a lot of effort. It's staying the course. It's doing what it needs to do to get to where it wants to. And it's doing a lot of work. So you probably, pile number 1, have done a lot of work already. And it shows, and it's going to bear fruit, for lack of a better metaphor. It's going to bear, you know, you're going to have a rich harvest. Mixing my sea and land metaphors. Okay, so that's great news, because just rest assured that what you've already set in motion is really actually going to be very successful. Very successful. I mean, you're going to have a whole treasure island, you know, figuratively maybe, but still. And then we come to this, and I am usually going to read, you know, these positions alone before I read them together, but this is just too much. And they're really meant to be read together with this card that's underneath them. This is the present, and this is the future. And so what is going on with you, pile number 1? You've got the Lover's card. This can represent love. It can represent choice. It represents, you know, some sort of decision for you. There's some decision in your present life, very important, very transformative in a way that's just, it may or may not be clear to you that this choice is so important. And this future card is the Devil. It can be taken multiple ways, but this decision, this Devil card is, you know, this is the same, these are the same two people in two aspects of the same person. This card is two aspects of the same unicorn, two aspects of the same outlook. You know, okay, I want to also tell you this. We are the observer of this. This unicorn is observing itself. All it can see, all this unicorn can see is this version of itself. We as the observer can see both the 3D real life unicorn and the unicorn's observation of itself. It's just like we are seeing this unicorn's mirror self. We are seeing how this unicorn feels like other people sees it. Other people meaning maybe other unicorns. Maybe we as this observer are the unicorn. I don't know. But the point is, we as the observer are seeing way more than this unicorn is seeing of itself. We're seeing both aspects. And so these cards are showing two aspects of the same couple. And these two aspects are you have some sort of choice coming up, and you may or may not realize how momentous it is at the moment, in the moment. And this is the present card, so this is coming up very soon, or maybe it already even has happened, or maybe it's happening at this very moment. And this Devil card is showing us the decision you make and probably the decisions you make subsequently. There's going to be probably one bigger decision, but then there's multiple decisions afterwards, and there's your outlook. Your outlook on what's happening. This is so important. Your outlook on what's happening, your vision of yourself, which is distorted from the true you. You can never see yourself. The reflection of yourself is never the real you, is what I'm trying to say. So you can, the way you look at the subsequent things that happen with this decision that you've made, pile number 1, will take you either on a, for instance, either a hedonistic path that feels good in the moment, but yet doesn't bring you what you really want, or it could take you onto a path of enjoying, because the devil is not necessarily negative. The devil can say, you know, oh, I'm going to, it can mean I'm going to enjoy what I've made, enjoy what I have acquired. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy my relationship. I'm going to enjoy my acquired wealth. I'm going to enjoy my new position. I'm going to enjoy whatever it is. So let's look some more, but there's definitely a choice that you're going to make, and it depends on your outlook on how that it's not just the choice itself. The choice itself is important, but it's also how you look at what's happening going forward after the choice has been made. So let's look at this position. This is the Judgment card. This position is advice, or, you know, something to, things to know, something to know. And it's really clear what this scene is depicting. It's depicting this figure. She just left her skeleton and is ascending up. And what I think this is telling you, pile number 1, is that you have learned enough, you have studied enough, you have done enough work on acquiring knowledge and acquiring skills and acquiring this and that, and now you are ready to sally forth into the world and do what you've always wanted to do without worrying, without any sort of imposter syndrome. You are now enough. You are encapsulating completely enough, pile number 1. That is the advice for you, that you are now enough. You always were, but now you really are. You might have over-prepared for this, pile number 1. You might have actually over-prepared. You are so prepared for anything you might want to do in the world. All of this stuff that you have prepared and prepared and prepared for, this thing you have wished and wanted and waited for, and thought, oh, I have to accomplish this before I'm ready, accomplish that before I'm ready, oh, I have to have this, I have to be that, I have to look like this, or whatever. You're already that. You just sally forth into the world. You are enough right now. Now, this Eight of Pentacles is kind of a wide-ranging position here. This is environment, others. So it could be your environment as a whole. It could be someone specific. It could be many others. But there, again, remember, I feel like this is a total... What I'm seeing here is that you, pile number 1, have been manifesting a change in someone else. And really, what is a change in someone else? It's not really them changing, but it's you reflecting you going out in the world in a different way, seeing yourself in a different way, and so you have left your old self behind, and now others have no choice but to reflect the new you. You are the new you, and so everyone else has to reflect the new you. Everyone has to reflect the new you, pile number 1. And so this seems to me like there's a specific person that you have been wanting to see a change in, and look, this person is stitching their face and it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done, this new face that they're going to wear for you. So isn't it it's meaning that you are successful at what, isn't it like exactly what you wanted? They are going to come to you with a new aspect, wearing a new face, but not looking different. I'm saying new face, but it's not a new face. It's actually exactly her own face. But she's going to be different when she dons this face that looks exactly like herself. She will treat you differently. Of course, I'm saying she because this figure is a she, but it could be any sex. Here, I'm trying to show you these fish in this. Is she sitting next to an aquarium? But it looks like the sky. These cards are so complex sometimes, and it looks like her feet are, what are her feet here? It looks like they're pens, like nibs of pens. This card is so complex, I'm not really... It's hard to see everything going on in this card, but it seems like your journey, it seems like it's telling us that your journey to, manifest a change in this person has gone through so many things, because this card in itself is so complex. There's so much going on. It's almost overwhelming and distracting. And that's probably mirroring your journey with this person. So what we're seeing here is that you, pile number 1, are going to see this person's change in your life. This person will change to reflect the new you. There's a lot of things in here mirroring back to this unicorn seeing itself in this reflection. And in this case, in this position number 5, you are going out into the world, and everybody's going to have to mirror back to you, reflect back to you, your new concept of self, whatever that is. So this is position 6. This could be obstacles. This could be hidden forces. It doesn't necessarily have to be obstacles. It could be obstacles. It could be forces working against you. It could be forces working for you. It could be anything like that, okay? It could be something hidden within you that you're not really aware of. It could be something hidden within someone, it could be somebody else. It could be something that you don't know is coming. Something from inside you. So we have 2 different, very different, it's just 2 very different feelings here that have come out together. We have the Queen of Cups, so abundant, so just satisfied, so happy. Not just happy, it's also that she is it's not even just happy. I mean, happiness seems so trite when we're talking about the Queen of Cups, because she's completely and utterly having whatever she wants. Whatever she's wanted, she now has. She's completely just so abundant and so happy. And again, it's kind of a mirror of the continuation of this Ace of Pentacles and this Treasure Island. She's the personification of someone who has everything that she wants, and she's exactly where she wants to be. And everything is so beautiful and wonderful for her. And then we have this Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a bunch of strife, a bunch of hitting and smashing to no effect. The Rider-Waite-Smith deck shows people, 5 people hitting each other with the wands, with these big staffs, and you know, people bashing each other and smashing each other, and there's nothing really, there's no winners or losers. It's just everybody's just getting in a fight for no reason. I don't necessarily know if it's no reason, but I know that there's no purpose to the fight, because the fight doesn't end up with winners or losers. It just ends up with everybody with bruises. So what is this meaning for us, pile number 1? On the one hand, on this position, we have, like, I'm feeling like this is probably you, or this is probably you, pile number 1. You being in the exact right place with the exact people you want, with the exact abundance you want. It's just like your self that you have been trying to manifest. That's you, right? And then we have this Five of Wands with struggling for no purpose. And remember, we're seeing this Treasure Island. This Treasure Island is, showing this sea turtle really working hard. They're carrying this very heavy chest. This chest, you know how big sea turtles are, right? This chest must be huge. It must be extremely heavy. And yet the sea turtle is carrying it. It's going forward. It's going toward its island. It's exerting a lot of effort. Looks like it's so abundant that coins are just kind of floating around it. Coins and hearts are floating around it, and stars in the water and in the air. So actually what I'm seeing is that you might be extending too much effort, pile number 1. Are you really, really, really struggling in something? Are you struggling in many things? What we might see here, pile number 1, is that you're either struggling in the 3D a lot and putting so much pressure on yourself that you're feeling just totally worn out. Or number 2, you might be spending so much time affirming and visualizing and scripting and all this stuff, doing all these manifestation techniques, that you're just wearing yourself out, and you cannot give yourself a break because you feel like you cannot, because you feel like if you have to be perfect, and you can't enjoy yourself, you can't take a break, and So pile number 1, there's something going on here, and you have to actually look around you, because this might be something outside of you that you're really struggling to get progress with, but your struggles are wearing yourself out, or it could be something internal. Now we have this resolution, which is so interesting. So interesting. This little Fool card is so cute. I can't even. It's dancing and juggling, and it's juggling balls that are the same, have the same little pattern as its little onesie. How could you ask for a cuter dog? And then we have this very martial looking blue jay riding a riding a pelican and brandishing a sword, very proud and very just martial and very, you know, I don't even know what the word is. What's the word that I'm thinking about here? It's conviction. I think the word that I'm thinking of is conviction. This Knight of Swords is going forward with conviction, not confidence, yes, but also conviction and just complete focus. So your final resolution for this week's tarot reading is you, pile number 1, can let go of whatever. It's really kind of going from this. You can let go of this tight hold you have on something in your life that is causing you stress. I feel like these 2 cards are telling you you can be this pretty much immediately if you let go of this. Just be the woman or the man that has everything you want. The thing is, you have to let go of this death grip you have on whatever it is that you have your death grip on. If you're spending all of your time and wearing yourself out doing something externally, you can let that go, and not let it go and be definitely not let it go completely, because right here you're charging forward. But letting go of the stranglehold you have on, you know, the rigidity you have with it, and just the feeling, that desperate feeling. There's a desperation in your work right now, in your thoughts, in your everything, that's just strangling you. And it could be internal, it could be external, but yes, the final position is saying come at things with a new lightness. And then your conviction brings you straight where you want to be, without all of that desperation and all of that like feeling as if you just aren't doing enough. Having that imposter syndrome feeling, that desperate feeling, that feeling of I can't do enough, I have to work 18-hour days or else I am going to fail. Because you're not going to fail. There's so many things going on for you this week, internally and externally, pile number 1. And this card, this Temperance card, this looking at yourself, we are both the observer of this, and we are the unicorn. We're the unicorn looking at itself, and we're also the observer looking at the unicorn and looking at the unicorn's reflection. We are both in this weird twist of fate this week, pile number 1. You can both see yourself as others see you and see yourself as you see you. And you can transcend this feeling of desperation, this imposter syndrome, and you can come at everything with this new freshness without harming yourself with any sort of feelings of inadequacy, of feelings of not doing enough, because you are doing enough. And look at this beautiful overall spread. You are both promised all of this abundance and this abundance in both your emotional and your physical and emotional abundance. Remember also that you are having a choice, but it also depends on your outlook of it as to how it's going to turn out. It's not like the choice itself is as important as how you think and believe of the outcome. How you believe the outcome will happen is more important than your choice. Pile number 1, this is your reading this week. I know you enjoyed this reading because it was just so complex and beautiful and abundant. If you want to, if you've watched previous Your Week Ahead readings, please give me a comment and let me know if you like this format or the format I have used in the past with the more seven days, concentrating on the days themselves. And let me know which one you like better. And I will see you. Oh, I just wanted to make sure I let you know I love to hear from you, and I appreciate every like and comment and share and and when you subscribe to the channel, I so appreciate it. And I will see you very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose this Yin card, pile number 2, card number 2. Oops. And you chose this Labradorite hexagonal point, counterpoint to the Yin energy. And I am going to pull our cards. I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck. Let's wake it up. Oop. Looks like this one wanted to come out. There's that. I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck. All right, let's see. We're going to pull 2 cards from this deck. And then 2 cards from this deck. All right, and I want to pull a spirit card from this deck. And I am going to pull this one. The World card. Wow. Pile number 2, you got the World card right away. Let's show you this. You see the figure in here, right? Going into this giant cave. It's a new world. It's not just the World card, it's a new world, and they've got a little lantern illuminating the new world. Is it the cave of Ali Baba with all the treasures? All right, so this Week ahead reading is going to be a little bit different. We're going to do a spread with each position is going to be different meaning. So we're going to start out here. This is the first card. This is your past. Temperance. I'll just point out that the Temperance card symbolizes all four elements. We've got 1 foot on the earth, 1 foot in the water. This symbolizes fire, and also the sun is also fire. And we've got air symbolized by the wings on the bird and the wings on this figure. So already tons of things going on in the first card. All right, and the second card, this card is your present. Wow, the 3 of Cups, joy and togetherness and happiness. Harvest, looks like harvest. Grapes ready to harvest. And oh, I also wanted to tell you that these could be seen as Sunday, Monday, and then we have 7 positions, so it could also be each day of the week, so Sunday and Monday so far. Let's see, this is your future. I'm so curious. The Queen of Swords. I love her robe with the clouds. We've got the Queen of Swords. All right, so this position is kind of advice. The 5 of Cups. Do you see this figure up on the top too? And she's holding on to the robe that this woman is holding. Very complex. All right, and this one is card 5. It's something kind of exterior to you. It's either in your environment or some specific other person, or maybe a group of other people or everyone else. It's like that. Let's see, the Hierophant. Wow, look at this card. Is that a crown of crows? Doesn't it look like it's turning into little crows with their mouths open and going up? Kind of like, you know how baby crows or baby birds in general are sitting around with their mouths open when their parents come in with things to eat? These cards have so much in them. And then this position, I pulled 2 cards. It just happened that I pulled 2 cards for each for pile number 1, so I thought I'd do it for all 3 piles. So this is position 6. This is kind of, it could be something like obstacles in the 3D. It could be something like obstacles inside of you. It could be something hidden with, you know, hidden forces, things happening that you don't know about yet, or it could be something hidden within you that you're not aware of, something like that. So let's see, we have the Lovers card. And we also have the Judgment card. These are very triumphant looking cards. Something is good is happening for you. Hidden thing. These are both also very strong goddesses. We have Aphrodite and Athena. Athena's the goddess of not victory, but she's the, you know, she's what is she? How do I say it? Nike is the goddess of victory. She's the goddess of, like, she's not the goddess of war. She's the goddess of, what is she, like the goddess of victory and war? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look this up. Okay, so I just looked it up. It's the way I kind of was trying to say it, but I wasn't saying it well enough. Heroic endeavor, like victory in battle, kind of a heroic things. So she very outward facing goddess, right? She's a goddess of extravagant gestures and heroic deeds. Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty, so she's the goddess of very interior landscapes. So you have both interior and exterior here. Very interesting dichotomy that you have both here in your hidden influences. It looks like something really great is happening that you're not even aware of yet. And so we have this final position, this position 7. It's your optimal resolution, kind of. It's your resolution. We have the King of Wands. Look at this lizard. Look at this gorgeous lizard. But look what else is interesting. What's on top of their heads is very similar. Do you see this? And do you see how similar their stances are? And do you see how they're just, the colors are similar? Everything is very similar in this. Even the trees in this picture and the stalactites in this picture, very up and down energy. Everything's very similar in these two cards. All right, and this is the second card for the 7th position. I'm so curious. The 5 of Swords. Wow, look at this root coming out here. Oh, I guess that's on all of them because this one has it too. I guess I didn't notice before. And again, this could be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for your week ahead. Pile number 2, we have this Temperance card for your past, and it is kind of you getting into balance, you balancing everything. You have done a lot of work to balance something or something in your life or yourself. You've done a lot of work to balance yourself, but I feel like it's been a lot of internal stuff that you've been working on yourself and kind of not stepping out into the world. You've been keeping a tight rein on yourself. Maybe you've been not daring to go out into the world or not wanting to. Very interesting here. And then you have this 3 of Cups for your present, which is a bunch of joy and celebration and togetherness and just the harvest, which is kind of funny because we have, doesn't this look like strawberries? And also these gourds and grapes. They've got they are seasonally confused in their harvest. But anyway, it looks like they don't even care. They're just going to harvest everything all at once, and they're so happy. Everything's wonderful. So you've got some sort of either celebration coming up or but to me, it feels like you're going back out into the world. It's that you've been almost being in a hermit mode, that your mode has been, I need to get myself in balance. I need to get myself in balance. Kind of like this yin card. You're kind of like, okay, I'm going to go back and I'm going to draw in my energy and I'm going to get in balance. Well, now pile number 2, it seems like you're in balance, and so you're either being urged to, or you are already getting out into the world more. Getting out into the world more and enjoying yourself. The future, talking about balance. Look at this. Of course, this butterfly is balanced on the tip of the sword. And you know, this sword looks extremely heavy. This is an extremely heavy sword, and she's holding it with just one hand and just totally casually holding this extremely sharp sword, and she's balancing it with no problem. And she's sitting on her throne. Hopefully she has a cushion on under there. It looks like, doesn't it look like a cold day? The trees look cold, the sky looks cold. Hopefully she has a nice cushion under there so she's not too cold. But anyway, I don't know why I'm so concerned about her temperature management, but she is in balance and she's out experiencing the world and enjoying herself. The Queen of Swords is cutting through what she doesn't want, and she is experiencing what she does want, and she's seeing everything with complete clarity. Is there something that you've been working on a lot that you really in your recent past you haven't been seeing with a lot of clarity, and you've known it? You've known that you haven't got the clarity that you want on this, and that you've kind of gone back and you've gone into yourself. You've maybe gone into your cave, so to speak. You've been delving into your cave and lighting it up and seeing what's in there. This world is yourself. I think that's what's happened, pile number 2, that you have felt like you needed to go into this place, this cave of knowledge that's yourself, and see exactly what's in there. And now you have, pile number 3. I'm sorry, pile number 2. Now you have. And now what you are being urged to do is go out and experience the world again with this new confidence, this new self-concept that you have, this new knowledge of yourself that you have, and that your future is the Queen of Swords. She's the Queen of Swords. That's your future. This advice card, this advice position, it has the 5 of Cups, which I find very interesting because it seems like you've already done this. What the other cards are saying, that you already have done this, but maybe you need to just be reminded. You're leaving behind the disappointment, but you don't have to leave behind. Okay, so there's 5 cups. There's 3 cups that are spilled. Everything in them is spilled, gone. The contents are lost. There's 2 cups that are still full and still standing upright. So you can forget about this. Anything that's happened in the past that's spoiled, you can just forget about it. You still have 2 cups. It's pretty straightforward. You're just going into the future and leaving behind the 2 cups. See, look at how different this is. You see what it looks like this. There's 3 cups spilled, and they kind of look all drab, and they're not shiny at all, and they're all tarnished, whatever. But look at this. Look at this, how different this is. Just with a little change of perspective, she's lounging around with 2 cups. She can't even decide which one to drink first because they're both so wonderful. That's this card. It's like you just need to be reminded. Maybe you're kind of in a little place where you kind of lost the thread of this story, kind of going within, getting some clarity on some issue that you've had, and then now you're coming out into the world and you're becoming this Queen of Swords figure. Maybe you've lost the thread and you're in this, but you're kind of like, going off into a little tangent. Here, this is 1, 2, 3. Your advice is don't lose the thread of your success, because you're making a success out of you. You're a success. You're successful and wonderful. Don't lose your thread. Continue on with this journey. So this card, this position is kind of environment and others. Something external to you. And we have this Hierophant figure. And is there someone in your life that you're already thinking about like this sort of authority figure, a sort of mentor, or maybe a boss, some sort of even stentorian figure, somebody that you might look up to but might kind of fear? You might want this is the thing. You might want their approval and fear their censure. And so you are looking to them so much that this one person holds all of the power of your self-concept instead of yourself. Is there a person like that in your life? You're looking to them for everything. You're filtering all of your successes and your failures through them. That is something that you're facing in your external world. What do you do with that? What do you do with that figure? Number one, you look back at this. You've gone into the cave of yourself. Your world is you. The world, your world, and the world is you, pile number two. You've gone inside, you've brought yourself into balance. That's what this Temperance card is, all four elements brought into balance. You're going out into the world, you're finding yourself as this Queen of Swords figure, yourself in balance. You don't have to be in this hermit mode to be in balance. This is telling you that you can be outside experiencing the world, the ups and downs of the 3D world, without losing your internal compass. And you're leaving behind this feeling of failure. But there is still someone in your 3D world that you are still, either you're doing it or you're feeling like you are slipping back into, or might slip back into, letting this person have all of the power over how you see yourself. So that's number one. Remind yourself of all the work you've done to combat this. And number two, channel these two extremely powerful goddesses. We've got the goddess of heroic conquest and heroic acts. A very external facing goddess, very strong martial goddess. She was the goddess who helped all of these heroes in their martial conquests. Like Theseus, other Greek gods, other Greek heroes. And she is the internal facing goddess. She is the god of love, the goddess of love, the goddess of beauty. She is ruling the inner landscape. So you have two goddesses that are so opposed, not to each other. They're not fighting each other. They're opposed in that they are showing two aspects of the self, the outward facing one and the inward facing one. And so what you're doing to combat giving your power away to someone else is ruling your outer and your inner aspect of yourself with your own self-concept that only you, it's only you that can see yourself the way you want to be seen. at first. The way that you can succeed in being seen as yourself that you want is to see yourself as you want. Even if 0 people in the world, of the billions of people in the world, 0 people need to see you as the self you want to be, except you first. And then once you do, then everyone else is going to follow. That's the 2-step process. You see yourself as the way you want to be, everyone else follows. And so ruling your own inner and outer landscape like that is going to combat this figure that you see as being the external arbiter of you, which is not. You're giving your power to that person. If you continue, then you're going to get. If you continue seeing them as that person, you're going to continue giving your power to that person. Then we have this king. Oh, sorry. I just want to make sure that you know that this is the resolution position. And it also could be the Saturday position. All right, so we have the King of Wands and we have the 5 of Swords, which is so interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to put these 3. Sorry, Yin card. I'm going to cover you up for a while. These 3 together are they're just so interesting. The power of these 3 cards are so, like, wow. So this first card here, this King of Wands, is you just knowing, being in the knowing of the you that you want to be. You are lighting, see, this card and this card are very similar here, pile number 2. They're both lighting the way. There's a cave. It seems, I mean, of course, with these stalactites, we're having another cave experience here. They both have, one has a torch and one has a lantern. They're both lighting the way into darkness. And the thing is, pile number 2, this King of Wands figure just has this knowing, this internal compass that is completely attuned to it, and it's pointing exactly where this King of Wands wants to go. This King of Wands is pointing exactly where it wants to go. He's completely and utterly laser focused, which is so interesting because this 5 of Swords is just saying something opposite from the usual 5 of Swords. Meaning, it's just this giant power of this tornado, this destructive power of this tornado has cleared a path. So the 5 of Swords is usually deception and trickery and, you know, kind of sneakiness. But there's nothing sneaky about a tornado, and there's nothing sneaky about this path. So something that seems like it has been destructive to you, pile number 2, has shown you this just this exquisitely clear pathway for you to take. And together, this King of Wands figure is lighting the way, just like this tornado is clearing the path. And you have a clear path forward. That's exactly what is needed for you to do and be exactly what you want, pile number 2. It's so clear. It's clear as this giant path forward that's been cleared for you. Has something happened in your life recently, pile number 2, that seems so destructive to what you want? It seems like the world has given you want A, and you have been given X, or you want A, and A has been taken away from you. and you're left with 0. You know, it's just, it seems like something drastic has happened in some aspect of your life and seems negative. Seems like some power outside of you, kind of like this figure that you've given your power to, this figure, maybe it may be something about this figure, or you know, it doesn't have to have come from this particular person in your life, pile number 2, but something like that. Something has been just taken away from you in this destructive way. But look, again, look what they've left. They've left this clear path. There's no other way for you to take, because this path is completely clear, and you have, number 1, you have the will. Number 2, you have the torch. Number 3, you have this fashionable yellow cloak. You are ready to go, and you are ready to walk the new path. You are on that path, and there's only one way for you to go, and it's straight to your success, because you have these 2 goddesses. You have these 2 goddesses that you can emulate, the interior landscape and the exterior landscape. You've brought yourself into balance. You are urged to go back out into the world because you have done enough. You have done enough intending. You have done enough manifesting. You have done enough techniques. Your future is this Queen of Swords, and your outcome is this King of Wands. And remember, your only spirit card in the whole reading is the World card, which is you are the world. So this is 2 meanings. You both are the world, and you are the one who will get everything you want. This is your amazing reading, pile number 2. I know you enjoy this reading. It is wildly beautiful. And if you have watched any past Your Week Ahead readings, let me know if you like this style or the other style better, if you want, in the comments. And I just want to let you know I just love and appreciate every comment, like, and share. And please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future readings. I know I will see you very soon. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose this card number 21, divisible by 3. Cleaned it up. And this elk is busily dusting, and the dust has these little stars and sparkles in there. So even the dirt is special. Fascinating card as usual. And you also chose this tiger's eye oval. So we'll put the tiger's eye oval over here. And this is staying here. And I'm going to do a little bit different weekly reading today. And you can tell me in the comments which one you like better. So I'm going to take, first of all, I'm going to take 3 cards from this deck. I'm going to wake up the deck. Ooh. Looks like this one wanted to come out already. Let's see, we need one more card. All right. And then I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck. That one. I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck. Whoa, whoa. We were jumping right out for you, pile number 3. And then I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck. And the spirit card. All right. That one. And this one. And let's see what we have. The Four of Swords. Now let's see what we have in this Four of Swords. Is this a pelican? Looks like this pelican is meditating. it's it's in the lotus position. I think this is the first time I've seen a bird in the lotus position. I love it. All right, so here are our cards, and I'm going to be putting them, each position is going to have a meaning, and there's 7 positions, so it can also be read as Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, etc. So this is the first card, and it is your past. The Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. This fish is going from one medium into another. It's going from the air, it was going from the water into the air. It was first in the Rider-Waite-Smith. This is the after tarot. This is what happens a couple moments after the original Rider-Waite-Smith artwork. And in the first one, the fish was kind of peeking out from the cup in the Rider-Waite-Smith, and was going from water to air, and now it's going back from air to water. I don't know if that has any significance, that long explanation. So that's your past. So let's get the second card. This is your present. The Four of Swords. Some sort of restful moment, kind of like this. Do you see the figure has got its hands in the prayer position, just like this pelican has its wings in the prayer position? Very interesting. All right, and now this card is your future. So curious. The Three of Cups. Togetherness and celebration and bounty. This came up as the present position in pile number 2. All right. Now this card is kind of advice, or kind of what you need to do, perhaps, or advice on what to do. The Four of Wands. You're getting very interesting cards today. Pile number 3. All right, and now we have, this is position 5. This is kind of environment or other, something external to you. It could be something in your environment. It could be one other person. It could be a bunch of, like a bunch of other people. It could be everyone. Something external to you. The Tower, wow. Maybe somebody else is going through some sort of crisis. Maybe you're seeing something that you don't like outside of you. Maybe you're feeling like this is going to affect you. What is going on with you, pile number 3? So curious. So this position here, number 6, is either something that's helping you, something that's hindering you, something that is hidden from you, some sort of thing, something like that. It's open to interpretation here, as they all are. So let's see. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. She's having a snack of flowers. All right. And this is the second card for this position. The Queen of Cups. Wow, pile number 3, 2 queens. I believe this one was one of these cards for pile number 2. I think it was this position. So now we have this position number 7, which also could be Saturday. You know, each one of these positions could be one day of the week. And this is your resolution. So let's see, I'm so curious. This is the first card, the Chariot. Wow. It's a coach. Is this Cinderella's coach? Very opulent. Look how cushiony this looks. All right, this is this. Oops. Let's push this up so you can see. And then now this is your second card for the 7th position. The World. Wow, pile number 3. I cannot believe your favorable cards to end up this reading. Wow. So you have 3 of the 4. Oh no, I'm sorry. You have 2 4. You have 2 4 of Swords and 1 4 of Wands. And so my eye is immediately focused on those 3 cards. I'm not usually, well, you know what? I'm so focused on these 4s, these 3 4s, but we're gonna look at this Page of Cups first. I feel like this is external to you. This is your past. I feel like there's something external to you from your past that this is showing us. This is another person that has kind of giving you some sort of emotional support and also being a willing participant in your ventures. And since it's in the past, has that person gone away? Do you feel the absence of this person, this willing partner, this partner in crime kind of? Somebody who is fulfilling emotionally, you know, who has not fulfilling emotionally, but kind of, I mean, not I'm kind of bungling this. It's that their presence made you feel emotionally fulfilled, and you kind of abdicated some of your power and your agency to this person. This is what I'm seeing, is that this Page of Cups is representing someone from your past. This Page of Cups used to have this fish in their cup, and they had this fish in their cup. They had this fish in their control. This fish jumped out of this cup and is returning to the ocean. So pile number 3, you had this person in your sphere, this Page of Cups. They were emotionally fulfilling you. They were your partner in crime. They were a willing participant with you, and now they have jumped out of your cup and you are feeling their absence. So now we have this 4 of Swords and this 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is kind of a taking stock, resting, being able to say, okay, I don't need to run around like crazy. I don't need to push myself beyond what I want to. I don't need to wildly run from one thing to another. I don't need to grind 18 hours a day just to get ahead. I can take stock and take some time for me and be happy while I am getting my head together, kind of. And you have it doubled. This is 2. I mean, it's kind of squared, kind of. It's 4 squared. It's 4 of Swords squared, especially since one of them is your only spirit card for this whole reading. So this kind of taking stock and taking a rest is going to permeate all of your reading. It's not just this position. This is your present position. So I feel like right now, pile number 3 is a time for you to take a step back, get into lotus position, figuratively, if not literally, and know that you are worthy of rest, of having rest, of being relaxed, of taking back your power. I feel like you abdicated some of your power to this Page of Cups figure, this Page of Cups person in your past. And you're the only one that can give yourself all of those feelings of belonging, and those feelings, not feelings. You're the only one that can know, I, pile number 3, am worthy of love. I, pile number 3, am worthy of having a partner in crime. I, pile number 3, am worthy of adoration, however you want to be in a relationship. It's not as if I, or hopefully no, or anyone else is saying, I, pile number 3, I don't need anybody except myself. It is I, pile number 3, am the only one that can acknowledge that I am worthy of being loved. Being loved and enjoying being loved is different from being in a relationship and looking toward that person for your feelings of self-worth. And so if this is you, that you have kind of given that away to someone else, even partially, now's the time for you to be going within and readjusting, rebalancing, cleaning up your interior landscape, pile number 3. So that's your present position. That's your present position, and it's strengthened, it's squared by also being your spirit card. So this is your future, and this is you being successful at cleaning up your interior landscape, being successful at going within and rebalancing. And now, look, you're able to go out and enjoy being with others without losing yourself. Being with others without abdicating your own power, your own ability to know, no matter what signals you're getting from the 3D, know that you are intrinsically valuable. So this 4 of Wands is such a beautiful card, isn't it? First of all, let's admire this beautiful card. So this position is kind of advice. And it is just a continuation of this 3 of Cups. This 4 of Wands is public, public acceptance and public, just being together with others and being happy in this conclusion of something, kind of just joy, just an extension and expansion of the 3 of Cups. Is this 4 of Wands is even more just huge, like a party for some successful ventures, to celebrate a successful venture, for instance. Like a ceremonial a ceremony of where you're going to get an award, something like that, some big thing like that. So why is this in the advice position? Well, is it that you have to see yourself in that position before you attain it? Is that it? The advice is, remember, this spirit card is kind of permeating the whole reading, right? So the Four of Swords is going within. And what are you doing when you're going within? You're looking within. And so what are you seeing there? Are you seeing yourself as someone who's failed, or are you seeing yourself as someone who's already won? If you're seeing yourself as someone who's failed, then do you think you're going to get to this joyful public thing? Just joyful celebration and like sense of completion and sense of acknowledgement from others and yourself that you have won, that you have accomplished something. If you don't see yourself as being accomplished, others won't see you as being accomplished. And might be some people, some of you, I don't know, some of you might be thinking, oh, I want others to see me as accomplished. And it's hard, it's difficult to see myself as accomplished if others are not. If you think about it, it's both daunting to know that you have all of the power in your own hands and incredibly empowering. You're the only one that can say, I am X, I am Y, I am Z, I am loved, I am successful, I am happy. You're the only one that can say those things, or the opposite. So isn't it incredibly just empowering to know that you, pile number 3, can say those things, and you're the only voice that matters in those in anything. Wow. Putting it like that, it's like, whoo, we got a lot of power. So this position here, this is environment, others, outside influences. Something is happening in your world, pile number 3, but not necessarily to you. Not necessarily to you. You know what I find interesting about this figure is you see that she's got her hands folded. It's kind of not a mockery, but kind of, it's a difference of this prayer position that both these Four of Swords figures, hands / wings have. It's kind of a sigh. It's a not quite, it is something that is kind of not quite parallel, not quite kind of related, but not really to the Four of Swords. It's her, she's trying to maintain this sense that the Four of Swords is giving, but is failing. There's somebody in your environment that's going through something that's shaking their world. And it's having some fallout. Look at, there's other people that are having a fallout from this. And it seems like you're watching this. Do you see this day and night change? There's something that's changing day and night for this person. It's a day and night change. I wonder what's happening, pile number 3. What is happening in your world? Someone is going through some huge transformation. And it's not necessarily good or bad, it's a transformation. I guess what we're seeing is that you are being reminded that you are still you, no matter what this person is going through. It's not that you're being told like, oh, don't care, don't do anything, don't help, whatever, but you are not the you that's you, pile number 3, is not going to change with circumstances from your own circumstances or even other people's circumstances. This position right here, this is position 6. This could also be Friday. This is both, this could be what helps you or hinders you. It could be hidden things in the 3D, things that are like, you know, how we say that there's always movement even if you don't see it, kind of thing. There could be movement that you're not seeing, things you're not seeing that are happening in the 3D. It could be things inside of you that you don't know, that you haven't realized. Could be a lot of things in this position, and what we're seeing here is 2 hugely positive things. We've got the Queen of Wands and we have the Queen of Cups. We have the personification of this manifestation, like the journey of manifestation. And we have this personification of emotional abundance and abundance. Just plain abundance and emotional abundance. So we have 2 hugely favorable cards in this position. Like, wow, you can't get much better than these 2. So whatever you have been manifesting is, it seems like, you know, like let's say it's love and whatever else, like career, success, something. Let's say love and success. You're trying to manifest 2 things. Well, this position here is saying that you are embodying these two things, these two aspects of yourself, pile number 3. That you, from this, remember this 4 of Swords is the Spirit card. So what do we have here? This thing you're going through right now in your present, the present position is taken up by this 4 of Swords. You're going within and you are reminding yourself, you're cleaning up your inner landscape. You're reminding yourself, I, pile number 3, am, and you fill that in. If it's safe to do so, close your eyes for a moment. And clear your mind. Just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then say, I am, and fill in what you are in your heart of hearts. You're going to do 2 statements, 2 I am statements, 2 things that you know that you are. So I am, and that now your second statement, I am. And now inhale, and as you exhale, gently open your eyes. That is what you are embodying. These 2 aspects of yourself, pile number 3. And now let's see this position, number 7. This is resolution. And it is also, could be seen as Saturday too. So these 2 cards are so extremely powerful together. We've got the Chariot, which is rapid forward movement, and in luxury too. Pink velvet luxury, meaning your forward movement is going to be very luxurious and very opulent and just in the style that you like. And you also have the World, which is everything that you want, everything given to you. And you are here, you see this figure in here lighting up this brand new world. You are the world and you get the world. So, holy moly, pile number 3. This whole side here of these 4 cards is this nexus of power. What do we have in total? We have some past regrets, but your present moment, pile number 3, is taken up with going inside yourself, having a rest, and it's not an undignified retreat. It's not a retreating into your cave and licking your wounds. It's a purposeful reevaluation of what you are and what you want, with joy and intention. And reminding yourself, there's two cards here that are reminding you that no matter what is going on, no matter what has left your life, no matter what is going on outside of your life, pile number 3, you are the only one that can say who and what you are. Pile number 3, this has just been an beautiful and so meaningful and so wonderful. It's a wonderful, beautiful reading. I know you enjoyed this reading, and I am, first of all, if you've watched any past Your Week Ahead readings, if you want to let me know which style you like, the old one, or not the old one, the other one or this one, leave me a comment below. And just know that I really appreciate every like, share, and comment. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that you don't miss any future readings. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.